Hey there! So, you are looking to dive into the world of containerization with Docker, right? And how awesome is that? We are going to take this amazing technology and deploy a web application using Microsoft Azure. Excited much? Well, let's get started on this thrilling tech journey. First things first, Docker. It's like magic but for building software, turning your computer into this incredible, self-sufficient box of bits where everything runs smoothly. And guess what? It's perfect for building web applications, which I bet you've been working on or just thinking about doing. So, we have our goal, a containerized web app with Docker, right? And here we are, with a fabulous cloud platform, Microsoft Azure, to help with deploying our little digital wonder. Let me walk you through the process, step by step, in our language. Step 1. Docker Setup. You have to make sure Docker is up and running on your machine, right? If not, breathe easy, we are going to install it. This tool is going to enable us to build a container, or more specifically, a Docker container. Think of it as a sealed box where our web app happily lives, shielded from the outside world. Installation is just a simple download and installation of Docker on your machine, making sure you have all your developer tools set up in the background. You'll now be able to create Docker images, which will contain our web application, its environment, all the dependencies, and everything else that your app would need to run. And trust me, it'll feel like a breath of fresh air. Step 2. We need to prepare our app for Docker. There's a bit of rewriting needed, mainly for two reasons. First, we are aiming for a tiny image, the less you have, the better. Keep everything that's necessary, remove everything else that's not necessary. Now, your web application is ready with layers like the operating system, web server, and all the application code. The next step is to write a Docker file. It acts like a recipe for your Docker image. So, in our Docker file, we'll set the base image, install any dependencies, copy our code in the right order, and expose the right port, typically port 80 for web apps. It's just like following a simple cooking recipe, right? Step 3. Build the Docker image. We don't eat cake, we devour them, remember? And after our Docker image is built successfully, it's time to have a little playtime. Test running this Docker container on your local machine, just to ensure everything's set up correctly. You'll get a shell inside the container and run our web application directly, seeing if it's all in tune and working harmoniously. Step 4. Push our Docker image to a container registry. It's like showing off your cooking skills, right? It's time to upload our Docker image to a public or private Docker registry, so we can access it later or share it with other folks. Think of Docker Hub or Azure Container Registry. And just like a world-class chef, we want everyone to fall for our delicacies. Step 5. We are deploying on Azure. Time to take our image to the production, which is cooler than when you started, right? But the Azure magic begins here. With Azure Container Registry, we upload our Docker image. We create a resource group, which is like a designated space for our web application, right? The next step is deploying our container to Azure, setting the right environment variables, and connecting the container to Azure Load Balancer, which will handle traffic and direct it to our containerized web app. Once that's configured, it's like hosting our amazing cook-off at the world-class stadium, the Azure web app for containers. Step 6. Enjoy. Celebrate your success right here. Time to kick back, relax, and observe our containerized web app live on Azure. You can access it through a link generated by Azure, see your web app running, and marvel at its resilience. And hey, if you want to peek deeper, explore the Azure portal, track metrics, and fine-tune your deployment. Trust me, it's even more incredible than it sounds. There you have it. You've successfully built a containerized web application with Docker and deployed it on Microsoft Azure. Feels great, doesn't it? Now, with our knowledge, we have powerful, deployable web applications at our fingertips. You know, we built this little wonder with Docker and brought it into the Azure horizon with Microsoft Azure. So, remember me when you build more amazing stuff, okay? Visit neeraj.io and subscribe to TechLab, and let's keep learning and growing. See you next time.